Inspirational Creatives, episode 162.
They're saying there that in these sort of online accounts, there is millions and millions of pounds that people don't even know exist because people in the family didn't even know they'd got these accounts. I don't know how I would feel if out of the blue somebody that I really loved, I suddenly saw a post on their Facebook wall after they died.
Welcome to Inspirational Creatives. I'm your host, Rob Lawrence. Join me every Friday as I chat with successful artists, producers, and creative entrepreneurs who share powerful stories and strategies. They can help you to create the life that you want. Listen each week as these inspirational creatives show you how to take your creativity to the next level. You'll learn how to create a sustainable business that inspires others and gives you the financial freedom and lifestyle that you want. Thanks for listening. Make sure you sign up at inspirationalcreatives.com to get free exclusive bonus material. And now, on with the show. Rob here, and welcome to this short action episode of Inspirational Creatives. In episode 161, Death Goes Digital author, public speaker and funeral celebrant Pete Billingham shared with me his thoughts on what it means to leave a digital legacy. If you're interested in living a creative life, then your life's work is your legacy. Online, that's your digital legacy. As creatives, we need to be mindful about what we leave behind and to whom. Sometimes when we're so busy creating stuff, we don't get the chance to slow down and think about these things. So for the next few minutes, I invite you to listen to what Pete has to say about something I believe is really important. What happens to our life online after we leave this physical, mortal world. Now, if you'd like a worksheet to help you formulate some thoughts and ideas as we move through today's short action episode, head on over to inspirationalcreatives.com/162, that's numerical 162, where you can download your free worksheet. In episodes 159 and 161, Pete shared with me, in essence, why it's so important for us to be discussing with our loved ones our inevitable departure from this planet as creative beings. In this short action episode, I'd like to share with you some of Pete's wisdom and some of the steps that you could be taking right now to manage your digital legacy in a way that you want it to be managed before it's too late. In episode 159, I asked Pete what steps we could be taking so that we can begin to manage our digital legacies.
The first thing you have to think about really is, in terms of digital, you've got digital assets now. So let me just think about things like bank accounts. We bank online. Maybe you've got PayPal accounts. Maybe you've got bookies accounts. Maybe you've got bingo accounts, or you've got photos that are saved online. You've got social media accounts online. Each of us, to a varying extent, will probably have those things. So the first decision is, what do you want to have happen to those? And does somebody who would handle your estate even know those things exist?
Step one of Pete's recommendations is to list your digital assets. If you're anything like me, you may have many. You may have passwords and usernames for all manner of accounts. Google, Dropbox, Creative Cloud, iCloud, Photos, Music, Evernote, YouTube videos, the list could be extensive. What have you got stored up in the cloud that you would need managing by somebody you trust after you die? What do you want to happen to those cloud-based assets and accounts when you pass on to another world?
So step one, what you probably need to do is to develop a list of all these things that you've got online. Maybe in a paper format, probably not on your computer, because if you don't then you might have it on your computer, but if somebody can't access your computer, it's not a lot of use. One of the things I'm developing is a whole raft of special forms that people can use. But at this moment in time, it's just a piece of paper. I have a PayPal account. This is the details. I have a bookies account. I mean, they're saying there that in these sort of online accounts, there is millions and millions of pounds that people don't even know exist because people in the family didn't even know they'd got these accounts, and they're not even trying to access the money from them because they don't even know they exist. So those are your digital assets. So you have to think about, what am I going to do? Where are my photos? We have a mobile phone. How many people have a mobile phone and put a password on it, and then they've got so many photos on there? Have you told anybody that password?
Yeah, I haven't written it down anywhere. I don't think I've told anyone, and there's a tiny chance my wife knows what it is.
That to me is too slim a risk.
Right.
You've got two young children. I mean, there could be some beautiful pictures, selfies that you've took on there with you and your two boys. I mean, we don't want to talk about these things, I know, that your wife might love, but if she can't get on your phone, they're useless. So that's the first thing. You need to think and list What are your digital assets? What do I have online? What bank accounts do I have? Where are my photos stored? What digital accounts do I have? Like that. Then you've got your devices. So like I'm saying, you've got a mobile phone. Have you got a password on that? Who knows that password? You've got iPads, you've got computers, all of those things of some way have got some kind of like digital connection. What do you want to have happen with those? And who knows about them and who knows how to access those things?
Step 2 is to share with someone who you love and trust the access codes and passwords to devices that you may have. Smartphones, iPads, tablets, Kindles, computers, you get the picture. These simple codes that you may know may not be known by anyone else. You may not want anyone to know. That's fine. This is your digital legacy. But if there are photos, accounts, or assets that you would like managed appropriately after you die, you might want to think about who you want to share your access codes with.
Again, with my devices, who do I want to give these devices to? For instance, if you've got a Kindle, you could have spent a fortune on a Kindle and you have loads of content on there. Who are you going to give that to? That needs to form part of your digital will. And then the last of all is this thing like our digital legacy. After I've gone, what do I want to leave online when I die? Do I want my Facebook account to still be accessible online? Do I want my Twitter account taken down? Do I want my LinkedIn profile taken down? I think it's a really interesting question, you know. Do you unfriend a dead connection on Facebook? Do you delete their telephone number from your mobile phone?
What do you want to happen to your digital legacy, your social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram? In episode 159, Pete explained that platforms exist today where it's possible for someone to keep sending social media updates and messages after you've died. Now, I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I know that I'd want my social media managed appropriately after I've passed away.
I've met some of my, with some families who are heartbroken because they have a mobile phone where there is an answer phone message of the person that they love, their voicemail, and they can't hear their voice. They've got nothing else recorded where they can hear that person's voice.
Yeah.
And so those are the kind of questions. And really, you need to think about that. And you need to think, you know, I've got all these different accounts, Dropbox, Instagram, whatever. And who am I going to pass those accounts on to? And what do I want to have happen to those? And then maybe you might want to think about, is the things that I want to upload that aren't things that would be like I'd put on Facebook, but special messages that I would want to leave to my children. In working in the end-of-life planning care, I've met and I'm starting to work with some families who have somebody that they love who is terminally ill. And they're now looking at ways that they can start to intentionally do what you found with your granddad.
In episode 159, I revealed to Pete that I recently received a tape from my father featuring my granddad's voice from over 30 years ago. Whether it was intended or not, my father and my grandfather have recorded legacy memories and messages in their own voices. What could you start doing now to leave messages and memories for those that you love?
Leave messages for the children, for when they get married, for when they get to 21, for when they go to university, and to record video and to upload those videos to special sites so that at some point in the future, sadly, they know that they're not going to be around to see those events. And they're now being proactive and taking steps digitally to help that situation, to leave memories for the children online.
Finally, Pete reminds us to think about what memories we want to leave behind. In episode 159, Pete shared with me that it's now possible to record memories like a video and to geotag that memory so that when someone visits a place long after you've gone, they can reconnect with you and your memories in some way. I urge you now to start taking action on planning and forming and managing your own digital legacy. What memories would you like to leave behind for those that you love? And who's going to take care of your digital legacy after you've gone? Good luck taking action today. Let me know how you get on by reaching me at rob@inspirationalcreatives.com or going to inspirationalcreatives.com/contact. Remember, you can download your free worksheet to go with this episode at inspirationalcreatives.com/162. Thanks for listening. Nothing beats the stories and advice of an expert to help you raise your creative game. I would love to know what you thought about today's episode, so don't forget to subscribe in iTunes, where you can rate and review the show. If you like this episode, I invite you to share it on Facebook or Twitter with the one person you know who will benefit from the wisdom shared here today. You can find the show notes on inspirationalcreatives.com/podcast. If you have a burning question or a great idea for a guest, head on over to inspirationalcreatives.com/contact, where you can connect with me there.